Well, we didn't see that coming. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 comedy movies that were way better than we expected. For this list, we'll be looking at comedy films that exceeded expectations in terms of quality, box office success, or cultural impact. Number 10, Game Night.
Guys, this is Madison.
Yeah, you brought her last week. You work at Forever 21, right?
No.
I work at Sephora. I'm confused.
Different girl. Same look, same voice.
Nice to meet you. You too.
What's yours?
That's a...
No, I think you're supposed to kiss it, right? Welcome.
The premise seems simple. A competitive couple participate in a game night with their friends, and unusual hijinks ensue. But despite sounding like a cookie-cutter comedy, this 2018 film is far from it. Instead, the team behind Horrible Bosses delivers enough twists and turns to keep the audience constantly guessing.
Gotta capture this moment, honey. Get in there. We'll take a quick little selfie here and send it off to the losers. 1, 2, 3.
The charismatic ensemble cast manages the difficult trick of keeping viewers on the edge of their seats while also making them laugh. With popular party games incorporated into the characters' attempts to foil a kidnapping, this is genuinely a game night to remember. Number 9, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. This one could have been so bad.
They were nice. You know, when you grab a woman's breast and you feel it and it feels like a bag of sand when you're touching it.
Bag of sand.
Based on the title, viewers could have been forgiven for expecting vulgar, lowbrow humor and stereotypes. The late Roger Ebert sure thought that's what he was in for, and was delighted to instead find it surprisingly insightful, with a good heart and a lovable hero.
You know what? I respect women. I love women. I respect them so much that I completely stay away from them.
Okay.
I have a very fulfilling life.
And now, I am making your silver pants blue.
Most moviegoers concurred, and the film became a substantial hit. Steve Carell was previously best known for his contributions to The Daily Show, and this film put both him and director-co-writer Judd Apatow firmly on the Hollywood map, for good reason.
Just stop calming me down and tell me what I should do.
Okay, we just take everything that's embarrassing and we move it out of here so it doesn't look like you live in Neverland Ranch.
Number 8, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Tim Burton's eccentric, colorful, and somewhat morbid approach to comedy has resulted in a number of critical and box office successes. But back in 1988, the prospect of getting big laughs with a story about a deceased couple haunting their house was far from a done deal.
We want to get rid of the people who have moved in here. Barbara and I worked very hard on this house.
We probably wouldn't mind sharing the house with people who were
More like you used to be.
Given that Michael Keaton's most recent films hadn't set the box office on fire, and Winona Ryder wasn't yet a recognizable name, expectations for Burton's follow-up to Pee-wee's Big Adventure were not high. But the sensibilities of this cast and director were perfectly in tune, resulting in a quirky film that gets laughs from unexpected places. Number 7, Zombieland.
Rule number 1 for surviving Zombieland: cardio. When the virus struck, for obvious reasons, the first ones to go were the fatties.
At the time of Zombieland's release, many felt the zombie craze was dying down. Could a zombie comedy with an odd Twinkie fascination really resurrect the genre?
Tallahassee had a sick sense of humor when it came to zombies. Zombies aren't the most lovable creatures, but he really hated them. In fact, the only thing he was more obsessed with than killing zombies was finding a Twinkie.
Add to that the fact that it was director Ruben Fleischer's first feature film, and expectations were not exactly sky high. Yet this offbeat flick became one of the genre's biggest hits, and was hilarious to boot. Credit sharp writing, a solid cast, and some funny action sequences for its success. And of course, that Bill Murray cameo was a major plus. Mix it all together and you get a comedy that defies expectations.
Bill Murray, you're a zombie?
Oh, God, I'm on fire! Ouch!
You're not a zombie. You're talking. You're okay.
The hell I am!
Number 6, Girls Trip. Deft direction and a strong cast can turn a standard comedic premise into a really good movie. And as premises go, a group of friends going on a road trip is about as standard as you can get. But Regina Hall, Queen Latifah, Tiffany Haddish, and Jada Pinkett Smith made their characters believable and fresh.
I'ma be cool. I just want to say hi, that's all. Wait, I'ma just say hello.
No, don't you say hello. No, Dina, don't do that. Remember, Ryan said this is her life. Yes. We shouldn't get involved.
With Haddish stealing the show as the hilarious Dina. Their friendship felt so real that audiences were only too happy to laugh along with them, and Girls Trip was a huge critical and commercial success. The result? A trip that's surprisingly fun to take.
Look, I get it. You're upset. I shouldn't be throwing things in a place of work.
Why are you making air quotes? This is a place of work.
Lesson learned. How you so understanding?
Number 5, Mean Girls. It was written by Tina Fey, produced by Lorne Michaels, and had Tim Meadows in the cast, so it's easy to assume this would be a run-of-the-mill SNL movie.
If you need anything or if you want to talk to somebody...
Thanks. Maybe some other time when my shirt isn't see-through.
Okay.
Turns out this teen comedy bucked the trend and was an original, thoughtful, and funny flick. The real surprise, though, is this 2004 film's cultural impact.
So you've actually never been to a real school before? Shut up. Shut up!
I didn't say anything.
While Mean Girls is an apt title, Meme Girls would have worked as well. More than a decade later, the film's characters and one-liners live on in numerous memes. Endlessly quotable, relatable, and hilarious all at once, Mean Girls is timeless.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
Number 4, 21 Jump Street.
I think you idiots are perfect. You're officially transferred.
All right.
That's great. Well, where should we report to?
Down on Jump Street. 37 Jump Street. No, that doesn't sound right. Is it?
Turning an old TV show into a big screen action comedy has been done so many times that it's almost about as commonplace as, well, the undercover cop trope. Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's adaptation of 21 Jump Street involves both those things, yet it turned out to be incredibly entertaining, in no small part thanks to the on-screen chemistry between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. It also had solid character development, just the right amount of self-referential humor, and one hell of a comedy and action-packed limo chase. In fact, the movie was such a hit that it spawned a solid sequel and almost a Men in Black crossover.
Man, you literally, this is the best thing ever.
Number 3, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. On the surface, this might look like your standard stoner comedy and road trip movie, but Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle is so much more than a 1 or 2 note joke fest.
Our parents came to this country, escaping persecution, poverty, and hunger. Hunger, Harold. They were very, very hungry. And they wanted to live in a land that treated them as equals. A land filled with hamburger stands.
Instead, it's a comedic odyssey through various communities that deals with some serious social issues, such as bigotry and racial profiling.
You want me to cross? You want me to cross? I will cross. Makes you happy, I will cross.
I'll do it.
It also offers an abundance of twists and turns along the way. As two friends who just want to reach White Castle, John Cho and Cal Penn are well-defined and sympathetic enough to keep the audience rooting for them, even if their goal is a fast food restaurant. The movie launched their careers and led to a sequel.
Where are you going?
Wherever God takes me.
Number 2, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Cake is my weakness, along with speed and strength. Strength is my weakness. Hey, quick question. How is strength my weakness?
The original Jumanji starring Robin Williams is a classic, so audiences could have been forgiving for viewing this belated sequel with trepidation. But with a fresh, modern twist on the premise, it was a surprisingly fun and side-splitting movie. While in 1995's Jumanji, a brother and sister get sucked into a board game, Welcome to the Jungle puts an entirely new cast inside a video game instead. Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Karen Gillan, and Kevin Hart all give great performances, and the fast-paced comedic action really works. It's since spawned a sequel of its own and is poised to become a franchise.
Come on, Lex! Why am I running so slow?
Before we unveil our #1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, for being so much more than just a parody of biopics.
It ain't easy to walk to the top of a mountain. It's a long, hard walk. It's a rocky road. But I plan on walking. Oh, I'm gonna walk. Hard.
Blockers, for intelligence and empathy over formula.
Dad, can I tell you something now?
Yes. Yes, 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 anything.
I'm a lesbian.
What does your mom think?
Bridesmaids, a breakthrough comedy that's raunchy, honest, and above all, hilarious.
Belen Blanc, reservation name?
Oh, I don't have one. We're just here to shop, just to try on some dresses.
Okay, well, the next available appointment for bridesmaids fittings is in 7 weeks. Absolutely no walk-ins.
Whitney, it's Helen.
Helen Harris?
Yeah.
Hi. Oh my God, hi. Listen, I'll buzz you right in.
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Galaxy Quest, for being a parody of sci-fi and fandom that's both affectionate and funny.
You gotta move to the right. More to the right.
Would you sit your ass down? Sit. Move. You want to drive this thing?
Spy, Feig and McCarthy succeed a 3rd time.
You got this, Susan. You're a warrior. You're a weapon. Hey, this is no sweat.
Looks like you're sweating some man.
Jesus! What are you doing in my room?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. #1, Napoleon Dynamite. Talk about coming out of nowhere.
What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?
Whatever I feel like I want to do. Gosh!
This quirky small-town comedy made for $400,000 by a team just out of college went on to make $46 million and become a cult hit, complete with merchandising and a bronze statue at 20th Century Fox Studios. With an unknown director and no known stars, no one expected much, and so were surprised by the film's heart and originality.
You ever take it off any sweet jumps? You got like 3 feet of air that time.
It was director Jared Hess and star John Hader's first feature film, and boy did they knock it out of the park. This simple personal story about ordinary high school students, told with irreverent humor, struck a chord with audiences and is still quoted today.
So what do you think?
It's pretty cool, I guess.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.